be the very best.
The best there ever was.
Doing it.
Yeah, we're not
Think
doing
of a different intro.
We're not on board.
Yeah.
You don't know the words.
Pokemon!
We don't.
So here we are. We're doing another movie leadership philosophy theology. Like basically, how do we take the movies and break it down and apply it to our real life? We're doing that, or attempting to do that, for Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
so we're
so
going
good.
from Endgame to Detective Pikachu. Let's see how this goes. I feel like you said it all.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's start off by spoiler free right now. Just thumbs up, thumbs down on the count of 3. Like it, love it, hate it. 1, 2, 3.
Thumbs down from everyone.
Oh,
I give it a
man.
sideways thumb.
And I'm somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I really want to like it. This is my childhood.
Was it a good movie? No.
No.
But
Was it nostalgic? Yes.
ish.
Ish.
I mean, Pokemon wasn't my childhood, so it wasn't really.
Yeah, because you're still a child.
I am still a child. Yeah.
So if
That's
it
hard.
wasn't
And
my
like-
childhood, then it would just be painful.
Okay.
So I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, okay, my thoughts on the other side.
Yeah.
If someone were to ask, what really ruined your childhood? And I think I'd skip over my dad leaving and just skip right to this movie.
This movie.
This is it. The end.
I mean, this thing took everything that I hoped
His
and
dad
dreamed
left
as
in
a
the
kid.
movie. Oh, is that a spoiler?
And
Yeah.
I don't know, they just did so bad with
Okay,
it.
when was and we're just gonna go ahead and say we'll talk about spoilers because I just want to be able to talk about whatever without actually having to worry about it. I've spoiled a movie in the past and I felt really, really bad about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Did you, Zach?
I'm sorry, I thought it was fake. I didn't know it was real.
Bad
And,
crap.
I made that mistake before.
So when was the last time you were this disappointed with a movie?
You asking all of us, or you
Yeah,
asking
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Anybody.
Um,
Would it be like Solo?
honestly,
Murder
I've seen
on
like
the
a lot
Orient
of good movies
Express.
recently.
Murder
so-
on the Orient Express was painful.
Yeah, that was pretty.
It was.
Actually, I saw that with you.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
like that movie collectively.
Yeah.
And I loved Agatha Christie. So imagine something from your childhood like reading or watching Saturday morning cartoons, getting super excited and then being let down.
Actually, you know, the last movie that I saw that was this bad was Alita Battle Angel. I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was-
I kind of liked that one.
And yeah, I was middle of the road. I enjoyed it. I had
Had
some,
to. Your brother worked on the
Yeah,
movie.
I had some ties to it, so I couldn't. What about Ninja Turtles?
Ugh.
Yeah, I know the guy shooting this film right now might just edit this whole part out because he loves Ninja Turtles, but that was painful.
It was not, but none of them were as bad or will be as bad as Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's true.
We've only seen the
That's true.
trailer.
I don't know, man.
We bond
like,
over a common enemy.
everybody was ripping into Sonic about the CGI and how bad he looked, and I think Pikachu was just kind of like, "Here, hold my beer. Like, watch this. I will demolish people's childhood."
Yeah, it was interesting because I was like, where are the animals? I was like, oh, the Pokemon those huge CGI things on screen are the animals in this movie.
Giant fluffy things.
Yeah. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, right.
One question, and then we'll try and redeem this and give some people some things to look for and take away from this movie. But if they were just to take it one step further and continue just to milk your childhood and make all the money from it,
Don't ever say
Yeah, that really was gross.
I'm lactose allergic.
Go on.
I felt like that was the most PC way I could think to say
Sure.
that. Milking your childhoods. What would they make? What would they reboot? What are they going to turn into CGI?
Dora already doing it.
Yeah,
they are
that's
doing
coming.
that.
Get ready.
I'm still waiting for the
is.
Legend of Zelda movie, but I'm not anymore after this. I don't want them to ruin that for me. But they can. I've seen that they can.
They can and they will.
They're doing Kim Possible too.
They are. It's true.
What?
This
Yeah,
is
and then
real?
Mole Rat is terrified.
Like an actual naked mole rat?
Yeah.
It's like a real creature. Rugrats would be
No,
terrifying.
we can't do that.
No?
No, that has to be protected.
Okay, all real monsters. Yeah, there's some things that are just
Oh
sacred.
man, just Ren and Snippy the movie.
Okay, so
my
let's
gosh.
dive into Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like there was so much to work with here.
Yeah.
There's 700 Pokemon in this planet. Years and years and years of story. And somehow they managed to take it all and mess it up.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of so. I didn't really come into the movie with really high expectations, but I think as soon as the movie started and I kind of got to see kind of what the world about it was about, that was kind of what let me down because I could see the potential for the movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't really go anywhere.
Maybe that's what hurts so much.
Yeah.
Is knowing what it could have been
Yeah.
in the right hands. But the CGI was okay. The acting was terrible.
Super bad
Yeah.
from
Horrible.
every angle.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds sucked in that movie.
That girl, I think, was the girl from Little Women, the one who played like
There's like a reporter girl.
the reporter girl. She was
Oh.
like she was the girl from Little Women. That actor.
I don't know what that is.
She was pretty bad.
I will not watch Little Women now just because of that.
She was better in Little Women.
It's cringy.
Like I'd
The-
say as a kid's movie, it would have been good. I would have totally loved it if I was still a kid. You know, I thought they were gonna go like hit on both levels. Like, I mean, I grew up with it. Like, was it Toy Story? Like they kind of kept growing
Toy Story,
with
that's
you,
it.
and I like it's hitting me in my feels now that I'm 20 and 25 and whatever that looks like. This one didn't. It just still stayed at that ground level, which it's good for kids, but
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah. Okay, so the best acting in the entire movie, Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Dude,
That was
the
like the
best.
one redemptive
Yeah.
moment. I really enjoyed
Until he
it.
died at the end.
But I think that's
Oh.
why they.
That was so dark.
Yeah, it was. No, but
I can't
they
believe you're laughing about it.
they
was
utilized that as like, if I'm not mistaken, the teaser trailer, and I think that's
Yeah.
why so much hype was built off of it.
Yeah.
Because you saw like these like shadows, and then it was like, whoa, what is this? And it was like, wow, like a detective, like a noir film featuring the Pokemon universe. That's super awesome. But then like you can't really use that as like the crescendo of the movie,
Right.
and then like that was like the coolest part.
Yeah.
You know, the problem was they showed every Pokemon in the entire movie in the trailers because they only
Right.
had like a total of like 5 or 6. It feels like.
Dude, there must have been like a low budget or like a little Magic 8 Ball. They're like, should we use this one? Should we use this
It's
one?
all stuck on no.
Yeah.
It's like our 8-ball and Shazam. It just didn't work.
No, it just did it. There was literally like 10, and at the end there was one
Ditto played them
Pokemon.
all.
Yeah, Ditto that like transformed into all of the Pokemon, and I was like, wow, that was the entire movie's budget in 8 seconds. That was
It was
awesome.
all
Yeah.
of the Pokemon that you had already seen.
Yeah, there was nothing new.
Okay, Ditto with the beady eyes. That was the number 2.
That was good.
We're doing top 3 moments of
So
the
the
movie.
movie.
We're doing only 3 moments of the movie.
All right, Zach,
That
I
is
want
it.
you to just think about this. You're
Yeah.
going home after this podcast. You go walk into your house, and there's your wife. She's beautiful. Then just these beady eyes staring at you. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm out. So we were
terrifying.
really disappointed in Detective Pikachu, but we also watched the It 2 trailer today, and so I'm on high alert right now.
Yeah, that looks really
That
good.
does, we should just talk
I'm
about that
double
for the rest of the
terrified.
podcast.
Basically the
But-
same movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'd run. I'd be tempted to fight her like he did, but I would
Yes.
run. Okay, so let's talk about anything redemptive, philosophical, leadership, theological. It doesn't matter. I didn't find any like deep, insightful Jesus
I
parallels.
tried hard, man.
Yeah, I was like Mew and the Father and the Son.
Yeah, I was playing
Nah.
on. I had the same train of thought.
But-
Probably my favorite part of the entire movie that maybe tried to be the very like outward thesis was like, we gotta go save your dead dad that you never knew, and he was like, I don't care, I'm going home. He's like, but come on, hope, you know? And he was like, you're right, buddy cop movies just started. And it was like, that was the most forced like heart behind the entire movie, like, but that was the jelly that held it all together, you know, was like, oh, this is hope. Like, this whole movie is like all about hope. Like, there might be a chance that the dad's alive. And so at that point, I was like, all right, I'm on board. There's gonna be some redemptive story here, and then there really wasn't.
I'm still waiting.
For a cop movie and a detective movie, like I was pretty disappointed with like the plot twists. That
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
Yes.
like most of them I
Sure.
saw coming. Are we still not doing spoilers? Or-
No,
we
yeah,
have
right,
spoiled
right.
So
it
like I
all,
totally
yeah.
guessed that Pikachu was the dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the only
Yes.
Pokemon that's not getting affected by
Yeah.
the rest. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And that can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I, especially right after the Mewtwo, I
Just the
forget
whole scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the bad guy becoming Mewtwo. That thing, I expected that. The one thing I didn't, I guess. And what was disappointing was one plot twist that I didn't catch wasn't even that cool. Like, which was, oh, Mewtwo wasn't the one who actually blew up the car. You know, where they had like 0 hints, right? You know,
That's so twisted.
That was
it-
pretty good
yeah,
twist.
yeah. But that could have been, they could have hinted at it a little more subtly, and then made it into a bigger thing, and they didn't.
But it was like, oh, there's this big shard of
Right.
glass on the ground,
Which
after
must
a-
mean.
Yeah, I didn't. What was that even?
He was like, wow, a month has passed or something.
Yeah, not
and-
as henchmen.
Yeah.
They must be battling. All of a sudden, Mewtwo's
Red ninjas.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he's
just a
good.
really heavy piece of glass that hasn't moved with the wind or other cars or anything at all.
Yeah, no, that was it. Okay, but like you hinted at jelly, and I think that was it, right? Like, what do you feel in your jellies? Like,
It's a quote from the movie.
what do you guys pursue
I think
in
that was
your
a positive
jellies?
takeaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like,
The
I feel it in
jellies,
my
yeah.
jellies. And at the end, it was like that
Didn't that
Ricky
just
Bobby
spur you
moment.
on to like go seize
just
the
made
day
that up.
tomorrow?
Yeah, just grab the day by the jellies.
That sounds like a line that Pikachu
I mean,
would
that was kinda
actually
like the
say.
thing.
Throat punch
thread
normal
throughout
in the
it.
jellies.
There we go.
Oh man.
Jelly punch your normal.
Yeah.
Don't punch your jellies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't let someone punch your jellies.
Okay. Yeah. Good line. Not really motivated.
Yeah.
No.
Daddy issues. Talked a lot about daddy issues.
Yeah, and then the guy, he's like, I'm gonna go and you tell them that I'm gonna make right everything my dad did wrong. He was like a horrible guy the entire way, and all of a sudden just full turnaround.
Yeah,
For sure.
and he was kind of a turd too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
When they were arguing on the television station, and then like all of a sudden he got real repentant.
Yeah.
But it was the most obvious red herring like in the entire movie.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that means, it was like the built up like culprit.
Oh, speaking of red herring, Magikarp to Gyarados, the third moment.
Actually, yeah. That
Yeah.
was,
Only
way I
that
watched
was
it.
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
expect them to
Uh-huh.
actually do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
splash.
that was like
Splash.
2 seconds, and I was
Yeah,
like,
all
let
he
them fight
did
or
was
something.
he just like
Yeah.
threw up
Yeah.
water.
Charizard too, though. I mean, he was actually a Charizard, and that was
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It was kind of cool for
sure.
the little mini fight scene. Everyone was hoping to be a
The
lot bigger, but
Only
still.
fight scene of really the entire movie.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
wanted more fight scenes. Maybe they're trying not to tick off PETA.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
Yeah?
know.
Honestly,
Maybe.
yeah. If
These are
Pokemon were a
also
real
not
thing, it
real
definitely
We can
animals.
talk about the ethics of Pokemon for a while.
We
Store them in little
could.
balls, fight them.
I was like thinking, the very
Made
beginning of the
'em.
movie, I was like, wait a minute, these are the animals of the movie.
There was a lot
Yeah.
going on
They
there.
get stuck in little balls, and that's where they just get carried around in a backpack for like years. And it's like, oh, I need to use you for a plot point.
So I gotta admit, I'm actually like I'm not really like that into Pokemon. Never really was. But
Neither
my
were-
brother.
Just edit it, cut
Yeah,
it here,
okay.
and come
There.
back in frame, and he's
All
not
right,
here.
so
yeah.
no, my brother told me about a theory that people think that maybe like putting a Pokemon into a Pokeball actually like, kills them and then clones them when they come out, and that's why Pikachu never goes into a Pokeball. And so I thought like,
that.
him losing his memory could have been something like that. Like, oh yeah, he went into the Pokeball and then came out with no memory or whatever because he was a clone, you know. But they didn't do anything.
Interesting.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would be some real.
That could be wild. Some
Yeah.
Reddit fan
Yeah,
theories.
that little bit of
Um,
nature versus nurture there. You know, Daddy Pikachu. You know, he loses all his memories, but Mewtwo says, "But you know who you are," or whatever his quote was, and he still pursues after his son and what's right and what's good, just like he was before he got put into this Pokemon's body.
I'm
Whether
sure
that's
the
actually what it
writers
is
were
or
not thinking
yeah.
about any of that,
No,
but that is
probably
really
not.
good.
Yeah, I don't even know if I agree with it or not
Totally.
fully, but you know, it's not kind of threaded in there.
But
Totally.
as heavy-handed as the movie was, there was that moment at the end when the red herring of the son that ended up being, you know, my dad was a kind of a terrible guy. I'm going to go admit that he was a terrible guy and fix everything that he did wrong. That was kind of like a make me look good moment, so he was still being vain and prideful. But I thought that was a perfect setup because like he word for word spoke out to what the protagonist the entire movie was feeling. Like, oh, like I should have been there for my dad. I wasn't there. And it was like a moment for like, hey, man, we just watched a 2-hour movie about being like not living in regret and having regret and like taking opportunities to move forward. But he was like, all right, man, see you later. And I was like,
Well, yeah,
that was a perfect moment for him to be like,
Yeah.
no, like this is the like looks at the camera, breaks the
Yeah.
love your dads, kids, and then like it just didn't happen. I don't know,
Yeah. I thought we were watching like two parallel daddy issue stories.
but you didn't.
They're gonna end up in different
It was
ways,
like
but
son issue because the son was the one that like abandoned the father.
that's
The
true.
son had a lot
How
of
could
problems.
you abandon your dad if your dad is Ryan Reynolds? Come
Yeah,
on,
for real.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
that's
He's
pretty
missing
true.
out.
He's really
He was a little
good-looking guy.
girl. That
So I think
the
we can all
main
agree
actor
though
was
that
like a little girl.
Yeah.
the chick in it, the intern, she was awful the entire way through, and then even her storyline at the end, this intern getting coffee, the guy turns to her in the end. How would you like to be on international news?
Yeah, that
The
was
end
so
to her
dumb.
story.
Completely
Yeah.
unqualified. You
Yeah.
do cute Pokemon BuzzFeed articles.
Yeah.
Listicles.
Yeah, listicles. Want to go on the biggest news site on
aren't
the entire
successful.
country?
CNN.
Yes.
Hey, it's C&M. I heard they let anybody on. You can just make stuff up on C&M.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying.
Fake news.
But
It kind of seems like the writers of the movie just like planned it out and then they got like really tired and uninspired, so they're just like, let's just finish
They
this.
let a
And, like,
5-year-old
it
child.
would
we
be
forgot about the
okay.
girl.
Aw,
Yeah.
friends, I don't know if we've shared anything deep or insightful, and I don't know if there's anything deep or insightful really to share.
I'm just gonna keep ragging on the character progression if you want me to.
There is no
Yeah.
character
Regression.
progression.
Just
They're
regression.
horrible.
Moral of the story is if someone invites to pay for your movie ticket to see this movie in order for you to talk about it on a podcast, it's worth it to see it. But if you don't, if that's not, don't see it. Wait until it comes out.
Yeah,
on
what you pay
DVD.
for,
And
friend.
I'll take your
Yeah,
free
what you pay for.
Pokemon cards.
Don't
to
even
come
spend
to
your
you.
time.
I
It's
left
on
my free
DVD.
Pokemon cards in the movie theater.
I'll go back.
It's gonna be worth so
go
much
back.
money.
So you're saying the best part
Uh,
about this entire movie and this whole day was getting free Pokemon cards, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just enjoyed seeing my childhood come to life. I could watch just
Childhood
different.
sucked.
Yeah. My childhood really did kind of suck, and there was a lot of daddy issues. But like, Pokemon was one of my safe favorites.
Oh, for
And
sure.
so I just love seeing them come to life. I could watch that all day.
What if like
That's
the
about it.
entire it was 2 hours of just like the Pokemon doing like regular Pokemon stuff?
I would have been all right with that. Like
Yeah.
100.
Oh, virtual reality Pokemon Snap.
Ooh.
Dude, I'll play that for days.
It would have
sure.
been cool, I think, if it was like the cartoon live action instead of
That would have been
these,
like
Instead of
these
CGI.
new lame like bitchy characters.
I heard
like, they're
rumors they
just
might
horrible.
reboot like the Red game and just like shoot it live action. That'd be great too. But
Can I
What
not
happened?
say that?
did I say something bad?
I think it was Faith. Faith said a potty word.
Did Faye say something bad?
Joe's daughter?
Never. Wait, can we rewind?
Oh, man.
No, we established
No.
we could say profanity.
Did you say a bad word?
Or are we just bleeping everything out?
On a PG movie review?
It's Ryan Reynolds, though.
Mm.
I really okay.
Watch this.
This is what I would pay to see. I would
Yeah.
pay to see Ryan Reynolds' uncut lines, uncensored lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be fun to
I
watch.
feel like
Yeah.
a couple got put it. A couple of those lines got
Like
slipped
in.
yeah.
Like, they
There's
just
some
Yeah.
times
we
there's a
trust
little
you, Ryan. You got this. Just send us the final cut once
Like,
you're done.
Yeah.
in the
We are going to
trailers,
lunch.
there was like a couple kids like, giggling, like children giggling at like the dog trailer, like "Oh, Marley and me," like "Ha ha ha." But then there was like dirty lines from Dirty Pikachu, and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!"
So
Smell my finger.
I don't know if I heard anybody laugh during the dog movie, but Faith definitely cried during A Dog's Purpose 2 trailer.
Yeah,
Okay.
reincarnation.
So yeah, an evolution.
It resonated
Whoa.
with me. It was
Um,
impactful.
Okay, let's just do this. Let's end with like a 10-second. This is how my life was eternally changed from Detective Pikachu.
Okay, Zach, start.
Can I use
it-
profanity?
No.
Yeah, it healed all my daddy issues. I recognized my dad was working so hard, and I'm just now recognizing that.
What if he listens to
And
this?
I hope so. I love him. I'm making
This,
this up.
this is way longer than 10 seconds. So you got to keep it concise.
Okay, Tyler.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu, help me find my jellies.
Okay.
Because it inspired me to play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
It made me realize that we can all evolve.
Don't go see Detective Pikachu. go see Shazam. Go see Shazam.
That was a
That's a
good
good movie.
All right.